Have you ever noticed how the foods you eat at night can either leave you tossing and turning or send you into the kind of sleep where you wake up feeling restored, sharper, and even younger? Across America, more and more people are discovering that bedtime isn't just about winding down with a book or brushing your teeth. It's also a moment when the body prepares for its most important shift of the day, the overnight repair crew. And just like any crew, it needs the right materials at the right time. Today, we're going to explore 6 foods that can quietly rebuild your body while you sleep, backed by stories of everyday Americans who put them to the test and felt their lives change. Let's begin with tart cherries. In the small town of Traverse City, Michigan, famous for its cherry orchards, 72-year-old Walt Brooks had long been struggling with restless nights. Walt was a retired band teacher who loved to practice his saxophone, but constant fatigue made it hard to keep up with his students and grandkids. After hearing about tart cherry juice, he decided to try half a cup about an hour before bed. Within 2 weeks, he noticed not only did he fall asleep faster, but he woke up without the heavy fog he had come to accept as part of aging. Tart cherries contain melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep, as well as antioxidants that reduce inflammation. Walt swears this little habit has given him back the energy to pick up his saxophone again and play jazz for his neighbors. Next, let's head to Portland, Oregon, where Jennifer, age 69, had been struggling with memory lapses. Names slipped her mind, errands were forgotten, and she felt like she was losing pieces of herself. Then she discovered the power of walnuts. Every night, about 30 minutes before bed, she began eating 6 walnut halves. Walnuts are packed with plant-based omega-3 fats that support brain repair and the nightly process scientists call the glymphatic system, where the brain flushes out waste and consolidates memories. Jennifer keeps her walnuts in a small jar next to her teapot as a reminder. Today, she proudly says she no longer forgets her neighbors' names, and her confidence in conversations has grown back. For her, it wasn't just a snack, it was a lifeline to clarity. In Des Moines, Iowa, 74-year-old Charles faced a different issue. His muscles ached each morning, and climbing stairs felt more difficult by the day. His doctor told him that age-related muscle loss was normal, but Charles wasn't ready to give up. He learned that Greek yogurt, rich in casein protein, digests slowly and fuels muscle repair overnight. By adding just half a cup of plain Greek yogurt with a teaspoon of raw honey about 45 minutes before bed, he gave his body the steady stream of amino acids it needed to rebuild. The honey, with its natural sugars, also helped transport tryptophan into the brain, encouraging deeper sleep. Within months, Charles felt steadier, stronger, and more confident walking his dog in the mornings. His wife even joked that he seemed 10 years younger. Down in Tampa, Florida, Susan, a retired nurse of 68, swore by her nightly cup of chamomile tea. For years, she had relied on over-the-counter sleep aids, but they left her groggy. Chamomile, on the other hand, gave her peace. Its compound apigenin binds to receptors in the brain that promote calmness and reduce anxiety. But beyond the mind, chamomile also carries anti-inflammatory properties that help the body's tissues recover during rest. Susan's ritual was simple. She brewed her tea, sat on her porch for 5 minutes, listened to the cicadas, and sipped slowly. She claimed that the tea not only deepened her sleep, but also soothed the arthritis that used to wake her up at night. In San Antonio, Texas, Dorothy, age 73, discovered kiwis. At first she thought it sounded odd, kiwis before bed. But researchers have found that kiwis are rich in serotonin, antioxidants, and folate, which together improve sleep quality. Dorothy washed 2 kiwis each evening, sometimes eating them with the skin for extra fiber, about an hour before bedtime. To her surprise, she began sleeping through the night without waking up. Even better, she felt more energized in the mornings and noticed her immune system was stronger, fewer colds, more vitality. Her grandkids now joke that Grandma has more energy than they do. Finally, in Phoenix, Arizona, Franklin, a 76-year-old retired engineer, swore by almonds. He soaked 10 raw almonds in water after dinner and ate them half an hour before bed. Almonds are rich in magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle relaxation, steady heart rhythms, and melatonin production. For Franklin, who often woke up with a racing heartbeat, this small snack was transformative. After a month of consistency, his sleep grew calmer and his mornings felt more balanced. He described it as his heart finally learning how to rest again. What's fascinating is that all 6 of these foods, tart, cherries, walnuts, Greek yogurt with honey, chamomile tea, kiwis, and almonds, don't just promote sleep. They support the body's critical night shift repairs. While we dream our cells are cleaning up waste, our immune systems are training to fight off invaders. Our hearts and blood vessels are resetting, and our muscles and bones are being rebuilt. Without the right nutrients at the right time, this repair process can slow, leaving us tired, foggy, and aged before our time. But by feeding the body wisely, we essentially hand our nighttime repair crew the tools it needs to get the job done. So how do you put this into practice without feeling overwhelmed? One way is to create a weekly lights-out menu. Imagine this: on Monday, a small glass of tart cherry juice. Tuesday, 6 walnut halves. Wednesday, Greek yogurt with raw honey. Thursday, chamomile tea. Friday, 2 kiwis. Saturday, 10 soaked almonds. And on Sunday, your favorite of the week. This rotation keeps things simple, varied, and sustainable. Each serving is small, gentle on digestion, and timed 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The key is consistency. Small actions repeated nightly can lead to profound changes over time. Of course, there are caveats. Not everyone tolerates dairy, so Greek yogurt may not be the best choice. Nut allergies are real, so walnuts and almonds won't work for everyone. If you have diabetes or are watching blood sugar, you'll want to be mindful of honey or fruit portions. And anyone on medications should consult their healthcare provider before making big changes. But for most people, these foods are safe, affordable, and accessible in nearly every grocery store across the country. The stories we've shared from Walt in Michigan to Franklin in Arizona show that simple, natural choices can transform the quality of life, especially as we age. These aren't miracle cures, but they are gentle nudges in the right direction. They remind us that aging doesn't have to mean decline. With the right habits, it can mean resilience, clarity, and energy to keep doing the things we love. So tonight, when you're winding down, think about your last bite or sip of the day. Is it helping your body rebuild, Or is it making the night shift harder? Try swapping in one of these 6 foods. Track how you feel in the morning. And if you're like Walt, Jennifer, Charles, Susan, Dorothy, or Franklin, you may find that better nights bring better days, and that aging can feel a lot more graceful. Thanks for spending your time with me tonight. If this message resonates with you, share it with someone who could use more restful nights. And if you decide to try one of these bedtime foods, leave a comment below and let us know your experience. Sometimes the simplest changes make the biggest difference. Remember, sleep isn't wasted time, it's repair time. And with the right fuel, your body can do its best work while you dream.